And the recording has begun.
Good Wednesday evening, everyone. My name is Rhonda Rivers. I have the privilege of serving as the chair of North Carolina Child Care Commission. I am so happy to have all of you join us this evening to receive information and for this second of our information sessions on the QRS modernization and the proposed QRIS rules. I would like to start by, first of all, again, welcoming you and telling everyone good evening. We're so glad you can make some time for us in your schedule this evening and that you deem this information important enough for you to make time out at the end of a busy midweek workday. I want to take a quick moment to acknowledge the other commissioners that are on this call. I wanted to say thank you for being on. Vice Chair Commissioner Fink is on. We have Commission Member Dr. Iruka Thompson, and also Commission Member, one of our newest appointees. We're so happy to have her on, Ms. Hill, Commissioner Hill White. And if there's anyone else that joins us, I'll try to at least acknowledge them in the chat. Thank you all for being on. Thank you for participating in today's webinar regarding, as I mentioned, the proposed child care rules regarding quality rating improvement system modernization. The Child Care Commission and the Division of Child Development and Early Education, we are sharing a summary of proposed rules in preparation for our official publication of the rules in the upcoming 60-day public comment period in 2025, which is right around the corner. We have scheduled an hour this evening for this webinar, but may finish ahead of that time frame. We understand that you may have questions during this presentation, but in an effort to provide consistent and accurate answers to all individuals, we will be collecting the questions and will prepare an FAQ that will be shared at a later date. We welcome and encourage you to type questions in the chat feature of this WebEx. We want you to know how important your feedback is, which is why we are hosting this tonight. So please don't hesitate to put it in the chat, but do be mindful that we are unable to respond tonight just in respect of time, but we will answer every question and address every concern and response. As you consider the information after today's meeting, you may also submit those questions for the FAQ via email, and we'll provide that email address at the end of this presentation. Keep in mind that this is a summary of changes, and the full text of this proposed rules will be published in January of 2025. The Division of Child Development and Early Education has prepared more detailed information for each QRIS topic that is available on the division's website. We will also provide that link at the end of this presentation. Also, just in case you weren't aware, there is one more session that will be held tomorrow. You can find the link for that session tomorrow. It will be from 1 to 2. So please share with other providers, community citizens, anyone that you think will benefit from it, and let them know if they can join us tomorrow at 1 to 2. That would be wonderful. And there will be 2 upcoming dates beyond that. We are excited about offering one that will be in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking providers and community citizens and leaders in North Carolina. And we're also going to provide one for parents. We'll follow up with those dates when we get them. They will be on the division's website and Raise NC. Thank you again for being with us tonight. Without further ado, I would love to introduce you and welcome to our amazing project manager, Ms. Kimberly Malady, who will be providing you with all the thorough information you need tonight. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivers. This slide, to start, provides an overview of the Commission's work on QRIS modernization. And the Commission began this process back in February of 2023, anticipating that legislation would require changes to the QRIS system. The Commission acknowledges the seriousness of our childcare crisis and workforce challenges. And as a result, the Commission has prioritized stakeholder feedback since the beginning of this work. Barriers and challenges identified during listening sessions in 2023 have framed the recommendations for change in the QRIS legislative report, which was submitted in March 2024. And you can find a link to that on our website. The rulemaking process to put those recommendations in place is lengthy, and began once that legislative report was submitted. So during commission meetings in May, June, July, September, and most recently this week in December, the proposed rules have been drafted, and the commission is preparing to publish those rules in January 2025. We expect that will occur on January 15th, to be more specific. And that will include a 60-day public comment period and a public hearing. Once the public comment begins, we encourage all interested parties to submit information either in writing or at the public hearing. And I just want to reiterate, and I'm sure the commissioners here agree, that they remain committed to hearing your feedback, and they will consider all the information received during the public comment period as part of the rulemaking process. Pathways to the Stars, where quality and choice meet, is the new name for our QRIS in North Carolina. And so this reflects the numerous options that will be available to child care facilities in earning their 2 through 5-star rated license. These choices will allow facilities to select quality practices that best fit their program, the families that they serve, and the individuals that they employ. I wanted to share a quote from the commission that they added to their legislative report that emphasizes that the Child Care Commission recognizes that modernizing the state's QRIS system provides one small step toward improving the early care and education system in our state. It does not and cannot address the ongoing critical issues of funding for child care access, affordability, compensation, and quality in the state of North Carolina. The recommendations that will be described today are reflective of the feedback that was received and represent the Commission's intention to meet the needs of licensed child care operators and staff throughout North Carolina. We know that early childhood teachers help raise NC, and that increasing access to high quality early care and learning begins with keeping our skilled early childhood teachers and recruiting new people into our profession. It is time to invest in supporting early care and learning teachers. And for more information on how to do that, please visit raisenc.nc.gov. Before I start in with our changes, I do want to acknowledge all of the work that the Child Care Commission has done to get here. So thank you, commissioners, for your time and effort on this work. We know that brain development that happens in the first 5 years of life sets the stage for future health and learning, and that quality early childhood teachers have the skills to support each child's physical, cognitive, emotional growth and development. And we need quality early childhood teachers to partner with parents to prepare children for success in school and life, allow parents to work, and to keep North Carolina businesses running. So again, thank you. This is an overview of the changes, but I do want to highlight that we commonly refer to our QRIS system in North Carolina as the 2 through 5-star rated license. And it's a set of enhanced standards that promote quality care practices and are part of the licensing process if an operator chooses to apply for a 2 through 5-star rated license. It is important to note that there are many requirements that are not part of QRIS. A child care facility must meet minimum licensing standards in order to apply for a 2 through 5-star rated license. And those standards include, but are certainly not limited to, building, fire, and sanitation requirements, health and safety requirements, staff-child ratio and group size, supervision of children, behavior management practices, developmentally appropriate practices, emergency medical care, staff and children record requirements, criminal background checks, and many more items related to policies. A child care facility is not required at this time, and it has not been you don't have to apply for the 2 through 5-star rated license. And a 1-star license currently indicates that you meet all of the minimum licensing standards set forth in North Carolina, and that will continue to be the way that we acknowledge compliance with those types of requirements. However, the Commission's work on QRIS affects the enhanced standards. And so we're going to do an overview of those changes and note that to simplify the process, we are shifting to a star level system instead of a points-based system. We will no longer be calculating points, but all star levels will include education and program standards. To earn a star rating, an operator will meet all requirements of their chosen star rating. A total of 3 licensure pathways will be available to earn a star rated license. This will include a program assessment pathway that is similar to our current system, a pathway that focuses on classroom and educational quality, and a pathway for accredited and Head Start facilities. For the program assessment pathway, we'll be using a newer version of the environment rating scale that focuses more on interactions. The North Carolina Rated License Assessment Project has already begun the process of preparing training materials for the 3rd edition of the environment rating scale, and we'll be sharing that link with you. We encourage you to visit and see their resources. QRIS will now include family and community engagement standards and continuous quality improvement standards. Long-term planning for quality, as well as building relationships and trust with families, were identified as needs during listening sessions last year. Education standards for each staff position have been revised and includes new options such as the Child Development Associate, the CDA, early childhood education certificates, work experience, training, competency evaluations, and coaching and mentoring. To address the needs of our workforce, the Commission has been focused on meeting individuals at all stages of their educational journey and incorporating a variety of learning opportunities and experiences. As we talk through various QRIS topics tonight, keep in mind that the revisions are intended to simplify requirements, eliminate duplicative requirements, and provide choices for individuals and facilities in demonstrating quality care. The overall impacts to each child care facility will vary depending on the choices made by an operator to earn their star-rated license, the star level they may want to achieve, individual staff education requirements, and the number and ages of children served in the program. It is the intent of the Commission to implement solutions that improve the licensing process for child care operators and maintain high-quality care practices that are critical to children's growth and development. As this new QRIS is implemented, the Commission will continuously review the impact of these changes for child care facilities and families to ensure that challenges and barriers are being addressed and improved. Once the QRIS rules become effective, the child care facilities in North Carolina will have a choice of 3 licensure pathways. Each facility will choose what best fits the needs of their program, staff, and families. All pathways will be available to all child care facilities, including developmental day centers and North Carolina pre-K programs who must meet other licensing requirements as well. Next, I'm going to review a few QRIS topics individually, and then we'll look at each pathway in more detail. Each licensure pathway includes revised education standards, and that is for all individual staff positions at all star levels. We're going to show a few examples of how the education standards have been revised using the lead teacher and family child care home operator standards. However, all position standards have been revised to offer more choices. You can find more details about other staff positions on the division's website, and we'll share that link with you. With every childcare facility facing workforce challenges regarding hiring and retaining qualified staff, the Commission has been focused on offering choices that acknowledge a variety of learning opportunities. This includes early childhood education coursework, certificates, and degrees, the Child Development Associate or CDA, continuing education units or CEUs, early childhood competency evaluations, work experience, and coaching and mentoring. As the first example of revised education standards, the proposed requirements for a family childcare home operator are outlined on the slide here. For each star level, there are multiple choices for an individual to meet in order to earn that star level. Each checkbox represents a single option, and so all parts of that option must be met. Some of these standards may look familiar. They are current QRIS standards, and some are new to QRIS. Some notable items are that the CDA is acknowledged at the 2- and 3-star level and must be active. This is not currently part of QRIS. At the 3-star level, to receive credit for prior learning, an individual would take their CDA to a community college and have it evaluated for semester hour credit. There is an experience-based option at the 2, 3, and 4-star levels, combined with either completion of CEUs or a competency evaluation. At the 5-star level, an individual would need experience, CEUs, and a competency evaluation. I'll share more details regarding the competency evaluation in a few minutes, but this is a new standard for QRIS. I do want to note that at the 4-star level, we are recognizing the completion of early childhood certificates. Coursework for those certificates are currently evaluated, but the certificates now have a specific place in QRIS. At the 5-star level, there is an option for individuals who have completed early childhood education coursework, but may not have finished all required coursework for their degree, such as a math class. This was a suggestion from a legislator since the early childhood education coursework directly impacts quality care. The education standard met by each family childcare home operator will directly relate to the star-rated license that they are able to earn in their selected licensure pathway. As the second example of the revised education standards, the proposed requirements for lead teachers are outlined on this slide. Again, each checkbox represents an option to earn that star level, and all parts of that option must be met. Some of these are current QRIS standards and some are new. So notable changes are that the CDA is acknowledged at the 2- and 3-star level and must be active. At the 3-star level, if an individual takes their CDA to a community college and obtains semester hour credit, that will count at the 3-star level. So this is very similar to the family childcare home operator standards we just looked at. There is an experience-based option at the 2, 3, and 4-star levels, combined with either completion of CEUs or competency evaluation. And at the 5-star level, an individual would need experience, CEUs, and a competency evaluation. Again, this is a new standard for QRIS. Completion of early childhood certificates are also noted at the 4-star level for this position. Again, that coursework is already evaluated, but now those certificates have a specific place in QRIS. At the 5-star level, there is again an option for individuals who have completed the early childhood education coursework for their degree, but may not have finished the degree completely. There's also a coaching and mentoring option to work experience with a degree at the 5-star level. This was added to address potential barriers for programs that must employ degreed teachers, but those teachers may not have experience as they initially enter the workforce. This includes programs such as developmental day centers and North Carolina pre-K programs. These are two examples of the revised standards for education, but again, all positions have been revised and there is an information sheet for each position on the division's website. We encourage you to visit the link provided, and you will find administrators, group leaders, program coordinators, and teacher qualifications at that link. Competency evaluations are new to QRIS, and as I just described for family child care home operators and lead teachers, they are an option at different STAR levels. This is meant to acknowledge knowledge, skills, abilities, and how an operator or a teacher or a lead teacher is providing the appropriate experience and interactions that help support children's development and learning. Paired with work experience and/or completion of a CEU, this is an option for family child care home operators, lead teachers, and teachers as well. This evaluation will focus on the 5 developmental domains of North Carolina Foundations for Early Learning and Development. Those domains are emotional and social development, health and physical development, approaches to play and learning, language development and communication, and cognitive development. These same developmental domains are part of minimum licensing standards regarding activity plans and are familiar for child care operators and staff. The initial competency evaluation process will include an in-person observation and a review of a portfolio. Once completed, the evaluation would be valid for 3 years, and renewing that evaluation would focus only on an updated portfolio. Additional competency evaluation information is being prepared by the division and will be shared as we move toward the transition to the new QRIS system. Once all individual staff requirements have been evaluated, a child care center, a facility, will earn their STAR rated license based on the following groups of those staff. So you would be looking at 50% of your lead teachers meeting the desired STAR level and 50% of other educators meeting that same desired STAR level. For QRIS, an educator means all classroom teaching staff and administrative positions such as education coordinators, curriculum specialists, and any staff who have responsibility for planning, caregiving, mentoring, or training. To count as an educator, you must meet the position requirements and work full-time. A new QRIS standard is continuous quality improvement, which is a focus on long-term planning for quality. This is meant to be an intentional process that individuals and facilities will use to identify areas of growth and determine a path toward enhanced teaching, learning, and practices that better achieve outcomes for children, staff, and programs. This process should build over time using established goals to support both individuals and facilities in achieving and maintaining long-term quality care. For individual staff members, this will accompany their professional development plan. For child care centers, the center administrator will develop a plan for the facility. And for family child care home operators, they can document both their individual and facility goal on one form. All plans should identify a goal, what is needed to accomplish the goal, why the goal is needed, and an annual review of progress toward that goal. it is possible that a goal is achieved and a new goal is set during the annual review. It is also possible that there were challenges in completing a goal and that you document those challenges during the annual review. Revising and changing goals is expected to be part of this process. I do want to note that continuous quality improvement plans will apply to licensure pathway 1 and 2 only. Pathway 3 incorporates similar requirements through accreditation standards and Head Start performance standards. Childcare is an essential service for families and other industries in North Carolina. We must value, listen to, and engage with families to build those trusting relationships. Adding these types of requirements to our QRIS system acknowledges the importance of family and community engagement in providing quality care. Foundational practices set the stage for effective communication, opportunities for parent participation, and connection to community resources that will benefit the children and families that we serve. These foundational practices begin at the 2-star rated license level, and it carries over for all star levels. These are likely to be practices that are already implemented in many childcare facilities. The Commission recognizes that childcare facilities need to be responsive to the unique needs of the families that they serve. For that reason, childcare facilities may choose from a variety of options from 3 categories of engagement, including the examples noted on this slide. At the 3, 4, and 5-star levels, the foundational practices implemented at the 2-star level will continue, but facilities will choose additional options that best fit the needs of their families. The number of choices increases as the star rating increases. It is important to note that these proposed rules require that a childcare facility offer engagement opportunities through these foundational practices and engagement activities. It is up to each individual family to determine if and how they would like to participate in the offered activities. Similar to continuous quality improvement, family community engagement standards apply to Pathway 1 and 2 only. Pathway 3 incorporates similar requirements through accreditation and Head Start standards. Now that we've reviewed a few of the QRIS topics, we'll look at the different licensure pathways. Again, a facility can choose whichever pathway best fits the needs of their program, staff, and families. The program assessment pathway is the most similar to our current QRIS and will be familiar to many childcare centers and family childcare homes. This pathway may be appealing for those facilities that have made significant investments of time and material related to the environment rating scales that are used in this pathway. This slide shows the center requirements for this pathway. In the last few slides, we talked about education, family and community engagement, and continuous quality improvement. Those are the green boxes in the chart and are part of this licensure pathway. As a reminder, the education for centers will look at 50% of lead teachers and 50% of other educators at the chosen star level. Family and community engagement starts with foundational practices at the 2-star level and includes additional choices at increasing star levels. And continuous quality improvement plans apply to all star levels. Ratio and space requirements for this pathway are noted in blue at the top of this chart. For this pathway, either the current enhanced ratio in Rule 2818B or the enhanced space rule 2809 must be met to earn a 2 through 4 star rated license. For the 5-star rated license in this pathway, the current enhanced ratio in Rule 2818B is required, but enhanced space continues to be optional. It is important to note that this pathway does not require implementation of the most stringent ratios in our child care rules noted in Rule 2818C. Our current system requires that the most stringent ratios are used to earn the highest point level in program standards right now. And we know that there are approximately 1,300 child care centers that are already meeting that more stringent requirement. If they choose this pathway, those centers could care for more children within their licensed capacity. There are an additional 1,300 facilities that are already meeting the enhanced ratio requirement necessary to earn the highest star rating for this pathway. In addition, providing enhanced space, which is 30 square feet indoors per child and 100 square feet outdoors for each child using the space, becomes optional at all star levels. This provides a benefit to programs in the current use of space, as well as building plans for new child care centers. In the bottom row, noted in blue, are the program standards specific to this licensure pathway. At the 2-star level, a self-study of the environment rating scale is required. At the 3-star level, a self-study continues to be required and a program assessment is conducted. There is no required score for those assessments at the 3-star level, but the results are used for continuous quality improvement planning. At the 4-star level, a self-study continues to be required and program assessments are conducted with a required average score of 3.5 for ITERS 3 and ECHRS 3, so that is the infant, toddler, and preschool classrooms, and a separate required average score of 4.0 for SACRS U, that is the school age care environment rating scale that is a current tool in use. Centers located in a residence will continue to use the Family Child Care Environment Rating Scale, but update to the 3rd version as well. These scores are going to be effective for the first 3 years of the new QRIS system, allowing centers to learn the new program assessment tool and the quality measures that are included. After 3 years, the average scores will increase to a 4.0 for a 4-star rated license for all program assessment tools. At the 5-star level, a self-study continues to be required and program assessments are conducted with a required average score of 4.0 for ITERS and ECHRS and a required average score of 5.0 for SACRS U. Centers located in a residence will continue to use the Family Child Care Environment Rating Scale 3rd version. These scores will be effective for the first 3 years of the new QRIS system, again, allowing time for our centers to become familiar with the new measurements, and then those scores will increase to a 5.0 for the 5-star rated license. Use of an approved curriculum at the 4 and 5-star level for 4-year-olds is a current QRIS requirement that remains effective. For family child care home operators, these are the pathway requirements if they choose program assessment. Again, in the last few slides, we talked about education, family and community engagement, and continuous quality improvement. And you can see those standards in green in the middle of the chart. As a reminder, the operator would meet the education requirements at their chosen star level. Family community engagement starts at the 2-star level with foundational practices and then includes additional choices at the increasing star levels. Continuous quality improvement plans apply to all star levels. And again, for family child care homes, they can capture both facility goals and personal goals on one form. In the top row, noted in blue, There are no additional enrollment restrictions necessary for family childcare home operators to earn a star-rated license in this pathway. Our current system includes an enrollment restriction of infants within a family childcare home's license capacity in order to earn the highest point levels and program standards. There are approximately 215 family childcare homes that have implemented those restrictions as part of earning their current star-rated license. So if a family childcare home operator chooses this pathway, they would no longer need to implement an enrollment restriction to earn the highest star rating. They would, however, maintain their license capacity as applicable to their facility. In the bottom row, noted in blue, are the program standards specific to this pathway. At the 2-star level, a self-study of the environment rating scale is required and is already a current requirement for family childcare homes. At the 3-star level, a self-study continues to be required and a program assessment is conducted. However, there's no required score at that star level, and the results are used for continuous quality improvement planning. At the 4-star level, a self-study continues to be required and program assessments are conducted with a required score of 3.5 for the FIDCRS 3. These scores, similar to Centers, will be effective for the first 3 years of the new QRIS system and then increase to a 4.0 at the 4-star level. At the 5-star level, a self-study continues to be required, and you are looking at achieving a required score of 4.0 on the FIDCRS 3 for the first 3 years of the new QRIS. Again, this will increase to a 5.0 after 3 years. Use of an approved curriculum at the 4- and 5-star level for 4-year-olds is a current requirement for QRIS and remains effective. Move on to Pathway 2. This is classroom and instructional quality. And this pathway focuses on meaningful curriculum implementation and individual child needs. Child care facilities may select this pathway if they are interested in demonstrating quality care practices in a new way. If program assessment presents a barrier for the children being served or the program philosophy, or as a way to alleviate stress related to program assessment. All of these situations were barriers that were identified in listening sessions in 2023. This slide shows the center requirements. At the beginning of the presentation tonight, we talked about the education, family and community engagement, and continuous quality improvement that are in the green rows of the chart. Again, as a reminder, we are looking at 50% of lead teachers and 50% of other educators at whatever chosen star level a facility wants to earn. Family community engagement starts with foundational practices at the 2-star level and includes additional choices as star levels increase. And then continuous quality improvement plans apply to all star levels. This licensure pathway intentionally combines the more stringent ratios with curriculum and child assessment to ensure classroom and instructional quality practices. The ratio and space requirements for each star level are noted in blue at the top of this chart. For a 2 or 3 star rated license, a program must meet either the current enhanced ratio in Rule 2818B or the enhanced space in Rule 2809. At the 4-star level, the current enhanced ratio required in Rule 2818B becomes a requirement and enhanced space remains optional. For a 5-star rated license, the current reduced enhanced ratio in Rule 2818C is required and enhanced space continues to be optional. For the approximately 1,300 facilities that have already implemented these most stringent ratios, they can maintain their ratios and still earn the highest star rating in this pathway. There are an additional 1,300 centers that are already meeting the enhanced ratio necessary for the 4-star rated license. And again, I want to note that the enhanced space requirement is an option at all star levels, providing a benefit to programs in the use of their current space and any building plans for new child care centers. In the bottom row, noted in blue, are the program standards specific to this licensure pathway. This pathway does not include program assessment, but looks more at curriculum and child assessment. So at the 2-star level, curriculum is required for all ages served. At the 3-star level, curriculum is required for all ages served. Child observations are conducted and used for planning, and there are some coaching training options for administrators. At the 4-star level, an approved curriculum and approved formative assessment tool for all ages is required to be implemented. The results of the formative assessments are required to be shared with families annually. Just to note, there are over 50 approved curricula right now, including free option, and 15 approved formative assessments that are listed on the division's website. We'll provide that link for you later. Formative assessments are a current requirement for NC Pre-K classrooms, but this will be a new requirement for centers who are not NC Pre-K. Use of an approved curriculum for 4-year-olds remains a requirement and is incorporated into this pathway. The coaching and training options referenced here are required for administrators and lead teachers at the 4-star level. At the 5-star level, similar requirements apply, but formative assessments are required to be shared twice annually, and the coaching and training continues to be a requirement for administrators and lead teachers. Those types of options include a choice between 5 hours annually of coaching by a peer or a community resource agency, completion of 5 ongoing training hours, or completion of 0.5 CEUs, all with a focus on classroom and instructional quality practices. So this allows the administrators and lead teachers to choose the training or coaching option that best fits their needs. This slide shows the Pathway 2 requirements for family child care home operators. Again, we talked earlier about education standards, family and community engagement, and the continuous quality improvement plans, and those are noted in green in the middle of this chart. So a family child care home operator would meet the education requirements at their chosen star level. Foundational practices would begin to be implemented at the 2-star level for family and community engagement and include additional choices at increasing star levels. And continuous quality improvement plans would apply to all star levels. And the family child care home operator can combine both their individual and facility goal into one plan. In the top row noted in blue, there is an enrollment restriction to earn the highest star rating in this pathway. It is important to note that this will not impact the overall capacity of a family child care home, and this is comparable to a current QRIS requirement. Our current system includes an enrollment restriction of infants within a family child care home's licensed capacity in order to earn the highest point levels in program standards, either by reducing the number of infants served by 1 or 2. There are approximately 215 family child care homes that have implemented those restrictions as part of earning their current star-rated license. 51 of those are already meeting the proposed 5-star requirement. Another 164 family childcare home operators have reduced the number of infants served by 2, meaning that they can still earn the highest star rating in this pathway and care for an additional infant or toddler within their licensed capacity. In the bottom row, noted in blue, are the program standards specific to this licensure pathway. At the 2-star level, curriculum is required for all ages served. That continues at the 3-star level and adds in child observations that are used for planning. There are also coaching and training options for operators. At the 4-star level, approved curriculum and formative assessment is required to be implemented for all ages served. The results of the formative assessments will be shared with families annually. And as noted before, we do have over 50 approved curricula, including a free option, and 15 approved formative assessments listed on our website for your reference. At the 5-star level, similar requirements apply, but formative assessments are required to be shared twice annually. The coaching and training options available include a choice of 5 hours annually of coaching by a peer or a family childcare home operator. That could be a fellow family childcare home operator or a center administrator with a similar license. Could also be completed by a community resource partner. There's also the option to complete additional hours of ongoing training or 0.5 CEUs, and all with a focus on classroom and instructional quality practices. So operators may choose which training option or coaching option fits their needs. The last licensure pathway is Pathway 3, which is for accredited and Head Start facilities. So childcare facilities that have already earned accreditation awards or who may be interested in achieving accreditation or who operate as a Head Start grantee may find long-term benefits in using this licensure pathway. It allows demonstration of quality care practices through external accreditation or performance standards that compare to our QRIS standards or exceed our QRIS standards. This will eliminate requirements that are duplicative and acknowledge quality standards that are already in place. In 2023, the 7 accreditation organizations listed on this slide were required to be included in North Carolina's QRIS. The Child Care Commission has reviewed each organization's standards and compared those standards to QRIS education and program standards. The star rating designation assigned to the accreditation organization reflects alignment of educational and programmatic requirements with QRIS requirements. Currently, accredited facilities may find a long-term benefit since they will no longer be required to implement other things like program assessment or curriculum. For some accreditations, it also acknowledges comparable education requirements. Currently accredited facilities may transition now to a new license based on a law that took place in July 2024. And the division has already assisted at least 58 facilities in transitioning to this pathway based on verification of their accreditation standards. Once QRIS rules are effective, facilities with an accreditation that leads directly to a 3-star rated license will be able to increase their star rating based on the division's evaluation of education standards for employed staff members. This evaluation will be completed using the same education standards that we discussed earlier in this presentation. In addition, once QRIS rules are final, Head Start and Early Head Start facilities will have a direct pathway to a 5-star rated license. This will recognize the federal quality performance standards already in place for these facilities that are comparable to or exceed QRIS standards. Overall, again, this pathway is intended to eliminate duplicative requirements for facilities that are already meeting quality standards. Now that we have reviewed all of the QRIS topics and pathways, this is an overview of the whole system. A child care facility can choose from one of 3 licensure pathways. All pathways include education and program standards. The Child Care Commission has intentionally planned these pathways to meet the needs identified in last year's listening sessions, while maintaining high-quality practices that promote the health and well-being of children. The Commission and the Division will continue to ensure supports are in place for child care facilities and the early childhood education professionals that they employ to ensure that these standards are achievable. Keep in mind that more details about all of the QRIS proposed rules are located on the Division's website. I do want to remind everyone that the information we are sharing here tonight is about the proposed rules. We are still in the process of rulemaking. The Commission began this process in May, and the full text of all proposed rules will be published in January 2025. After that publication occurs, a public comment period will begin, and we encourage your participation in this process. The Commission will review all comments submitted before adopting proposed rules, possibly with changes based on your feedback. If you are a child care operator, there is no need to choose a licensure pathway yet. The QRIS rules are expected to become effective later in 2025, and we will make a gradual transition to the new QRIS system at that time. We encourage you to keep checking the Division's website and newsletters for updates and information regarding the public comment period. And as always, feel free to reach out to your licensing consultant with questions as you consider what might best fit your families that you serve. If you have questions following today's webinar, please email us at this QRIS email address. All questions will be collected for the FAQ that we are preparing. I do want to note that this email cannot be used for public comment. This is a designated email address for general questions. So there will be a specific process and time frame for submitting public comment. And again, we encourage you to check weekly newsletters and the Division's website for that information. As we close out this session tonight, we wanted to share some helpful resources with you. This first link for QRIS modernization lists all of the different requirements. We have some summary sheets for you. You can find the legislative report and links to other resources. The North Carolina Rated License Assessment Project has prepared some environment rating scale tools for you, so visit them at their website. The approved curriculum and formative assessments that we mentioned in Pathway 2, the link is here for what is currently approved. And then we have some other resources for you to consider as you become familiar with these proposed changes. And we just want to say thank you for your time and for participating tonight. And we appreciate everything that you do for children in North Carolina. So hope you have a good evening. Thank you.